Why can't The Simpsons predict the future anymore? Welcome to the most amazing channel. For decades, The Simpsons were known for their jaw-dropping ability to predict the future. Everything from political events to technological innovations. But lately, it seems like their predictions have gone eerily quiet. What happened? Why can't The Simpsons predict the future anymore? Was it all just a lucky streak, or is something else at play? In today's video, we'll explore 10 reasons why the show's once impressive foresight seems to have faded. Buckle up as we dive into this fascinating mystery and find out why the future seems a little less predictable these days. Reason number 1. The changing nature of pop culture. One of the biggest reasons The Simpsons struggles to predict the future is the rapid evolution of pop culture. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, trends lasted longer, making it easier to anticipate cultural shifts. But today, everything moves at lightning speed. With platforms like TikTok and YouTube, trends explode overnight and disappear just as quickly. Memes, viral challenges, and internet celebrities come and go in a matter of weeks. By the time an episode airs, what seemed like a future trend may already be outdated. In a world where pop culture reinvents itself daily, making long-term predictions has become nearly impossible, even for The Simpsons. Reason number 2. The decline of political humor. The Simpsons once thrived on political satire, cleverly predicting events like Donald Trump's presidency. However, in recent years, the political landscape has become far more polarized, making it increasingly difficult to satirize politics without facing backlash. In the past, political humor was lighthearted and exaggerated, but today, any political commentary risks alienating half the audience. Moreover, elections and global events have become far more unpredictable. Shocking political upsets, rapid policy shifts, and unexpected global crises have made it harder for even experts to predict what's next, let alone a satirical cartoon. The unpredictability of modern politics means The Simpsons can no longer confidently weave future political predictions into its episodes. As political divisions continue to deepen, the show has stepped back from making bold statements about the future. Instead, it now focuses more on timeless humor, avoiding the potential controversies that come with political forecasting. Reason number 3. Increased real-time news coverage. Back when The Simpsons made its most famous predictions, news coverage was slower. Major events took time to unfold, and information spread at a much more measured pace. This allowed the show to foresee trends before they became mainstream. But in today's world, the news cycle moves at an unprecedented speed. With 24/7 news channels and social media platforms like Twitter and Reddit, breaking news spreads instantly. What might have once been a shocking future prediction is now something everyone already knows about. By the time The Simpsons writes, animates, and airs an episode, the event has often already happened, making it impossible for the show to seem ahead of its time. Additionally, people are now more informed about potential future events thanks to data analysis, expert predictions, and real-time reports. This makes it harder for The Simpsons to surprise audiences with forecasts that feel visionary or unexpected. Reason number 4. Overuse of predictive themes. Over the years, The Simpsons has tackled almost every possible future scenario: political upheavals, technological advancements, celebrity scandals, and even world-ending disasters. This overuse of predictive themes has made it harder for the show to break new ground. In its early years, The Simpsons had the advantage of being ahead of the curve, exploring wild possibilities before they became reality. But after more than 3 decades, many of these predictions have either come true or been revisited multiple times. As a result, the novelty of The Simpsons predicting the future has worn off. Audiences have come to expect eerie predictions, making them less surprising. Additionally, newer sci-fi and satirical shows have stepped into the space of futuristic speculation, making The Simpsons feel less unique in this regard. At this point, the show has simply explored so many potential futures that it has almost run out of shocking new possibilities. Reason number 5. Shift in show tone and focus. In its golden years, The Simpsons thrived on sharp social commentary, satirical takes on current events, and absurd but thought-provoking predictions about the future. However, in recent seasons, the show has shifted its focus. Instead of dissecting society with a satirical edge, it has become more centered on family dynamics and lighthearted humor. This change in tone has resulted in fewer episodes that attempt to predict world-changing events. Instead of asking "what if" about the future, the show now focuses on character-driven stories and nostalgic references to its past. While this approach keeps longtime fans engaged, it also means that The Simpsons is no longer actively trying to foresee cultural or technological shifts in the way it once did. As the show continues evolving, its role as a future-predicting phenomenon has naturally faded. Rather than shaping cultural discussions, it now reflects familiar, everyday humor that feels safer and more traditional. Reason number 6. Increased reality in storylines. Ironically, as the world becomes more chaotic and unpredictable, The Simpsons has moved toward more grounded, realistic storytelling. In its early years, the show embraced absurd, larger-than-life scenarios that sometimes foreshadowed real-world events. But today, reality itself often feels stranger than fiction. With global crises, unexpected political events, and rapid technological advancements happening in real time, satire has a hard time keeping up. Because of this, The Simpsons writers have shifted away from over-the-top futuristic predictions. Instead, they focus on stories that feel more relatable to everyday life. The show now leans into character-driven humor rather than speculative storytelling. In a world where real-life events are often more shocking than anything a comedy writer could dream up, the need for bizarre future predictions has diminished. Instead of exaggerating the possibilities of tomorrow, the show now reflects the unpredictability of the present. Reason number 7. The impact of streaming and binge watching. In the era of streaming services and binge watching, the way people consume television has drastically changed. In the past, The Simpsons could plan long-term storylines and subtle predictions that paid off years later. But now, viewers expect instant gratification. Streaming platforms prioritize quick, easily digestible content, which has influenced how modern episodes are structured. Rather than crafting episodes with long-term predictive value, The Simpsons now creates stories that are entertaining in the moment, but less focused on long-term cultural foresight. The episodic nature of the show remains, but without the same level of intricate planning that allowed for eerie predictions in the past. Additionally, with endless content available at viewers' fingertips, audiences are constantly exposed to futuristic theories from documentaries, online forums, and social media. The Simpsons no longer has the same cultural monopoly on speculative storytelling, making its past reputation for predictions less relevant in today's fast-paced media landscape. Reason number 8. More accurate technology and data. In the past, The Simpsons seemed almost mystical in its ability to predict major world events. However, in today's world, advanced data science, AI, and predictive algorithms allow us to anticipate future trends with much greater accuracy. Instead of relying on satire or imagination, we now have real-world technology that can forecast economic trends, political shifts, and even technological advancements with precision. This shift has made The Simpsons' predictive abilities feel less remarkable. When an episode hinted at something happening in the future, it once felt shocking and mysterious. But now, people turn to expert analyses, machine learning, and real-time data for insights into what's coming next. With so much predictive information available, The Simpsons no longer has a monopoly on forecasting the future. Real-world technology has outpaced satire, making its once legendary predictions seem more like coincidences rather than groundbreaking foresight. Reason number 9. The decline of what-if scenarios. One of the elements that made The Simpsons so great in the past was its ability to explore bizarre what-if scenarios. The show wasn't afraid to exaggerate reality and take wild guesses about where the world was headed. However, in recent years, this kind of storytelling has taken a back seat as real-world issues have become more pressing. With economic instability, global conflicts, and climate crises dominating headlines, the appetite for absurd hypothetical futures has decreased. Instead, audiences and writers alike have shifted focus toward present-day social commentary rather than far-fetched futuristic speculation. Rather than asking, what if robots take over? Or what if a celebrity becomes president? The Simpsons now mirrors current events in a more straightforward way. While the show still offers satire, it no longer delves into surreal predictions like it once did. The world has become unpredictable enough, there's less need for the show to imagine even wilder possibilities. Reason number 10. Predictive predictions have become cliché. Ironically, one of the biggest reasons The Simpsons can't predict the future anymore is that it became too famous for doing so. In its early years, when the show made an eerie prediction, it was a shock to audiences. But as the internet began compiling lists of Simpsons predictions that came true, the novelty wore off. Now, viewers actively look for predictions in every episode, making them feel more like a gimmick than a natural part of the storytelling. Additionally, The Simpsons has become self-aware of its reputation for predicting the future. The writers have acknowledged it in jokes, parodies, and even in episodes where characters reference past predictions. This level of self-awareness has made it harder for the show to genuinely surprise audiences with its foresight. What was once an accidental phenomenon has now become an expectation, and when something becomes expected, it loses its impact. Thus, The Simpsons has gradually moved away from making predictions, letting its past reputation stand on its own. So, there you have it. 10 reasons why The Simpsons just can't seem to predict the future anymore. Whether it's the rise of real-time news, the shift in storytelling, or the fact that reality has become stranger than fiction, the show's once mystical foresight has faded. But that doesn't mean The Simpsons has lost its charm. It's still one of the most iconic shows in television history. What do you think? Will The Simpsons ever make another jaw-dropping prediction? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.